And now we move on to the winner of the International Freelance category. That is Mario Kaiser for his amazing story, The Devil's Path, which was published in Park Avenue magazine. One of the challenges of reporting this story, he said, was just to get the assignment as a freelancer. The reason was that he wanted to accompany a migrant from the beginning to the end of the journey. It is the story of a young Mexican woman's journey as an illegal immigrant to New York. Trying to follow her required putting himself in the hands of a smuggler, and while many magazines were interested in the story, none was willing to take the responsibility for this kind of reporting. So he went out and did it on his own. The judges said that this is a perennial story, brilliantly retold and made new. I found it compelling and could not stop reading, said one judge. Reporting and investigation were excellent, great attention to detail, and marrying up of individual experience with the broader political picture. It was well written. His resourcefulness and courage and committing himself in the hands of a coyote, the smuggler, are exceptional. Mario, I want you to stand up and come over here. Where are you, Mario? Be recognized and to receive
It is perhaps fitting that I ask women to think
shout.
You're louder. Point the microphone to the yellow one, then the speaker will pick you up. Thank you.
I want to thank Candida Merino for allowing me to be by her side when she went from a small town in Mexico to New York, when her life changed. I want to thank my wife Gypsy for... I find it hard to speak after what we learned about Sahab. I want to thank my wife Gypsy for allowing me to disappear for long periods of time. When I research these kinds of stories, and to disappear some more when I hide in the room and I write them. And I also want to thank Sahar for refusing to look the other way and for being braver than most of us. I have never been on the front line. I was always more interested in the quiet stories far behind the front lines. I went to Iraq shortly after the invasion in 2004, when supposedly the mission was almost accomplished. And in the 3 weeks that I spent there, I was not scared once. Nothing happened to me that made me fear for my life once, except for on the day when I left Iraq and drove back to Amman and was stopped by the US military. The worst thing that happened to me was having a young soldier point a gun at me and curse at me, and to stand in the desert without shoes. And when I told this story on the border to 2 US soldiers, when I told them that I didn't think that was the way to win the hearts and minds of the Iraqis because of the way they treated my driver, whose name was Saddam. One of them looked at me, thought for a moment and said, "There are no hearts and minds in Fallujah. There are a lot of hearts and minds in the Iraq that I saw, and Sahar was one of them. I never met her, but I miss her. Thank you."